I knew some months ago in the summer of 2022 that I wanted this to take place. In part, we are all currently post-pandemic. If right, we're at this moment where the world is opening up again. We're trying to figure out what that means and what it looks like and how to feel about it. And I've been on a crazy artistic run myself, just with my own personal studio projects. And I wanted to be in dialogue with a number of other artists whom I considered extraordinary in their own ways. I think something that the pandemic did for us is it forced us to slow down a little. And this exhibit is an attempt to cause the viewer to pause and reflect on the stories of 8 individuals, but stories that are really curated in a way where you see cross-pollination of ideas and themes. And that was my hope. And I think that we've achieved this here. As much as I'm one of the curators of this show, in many ways it has been artist-run. They brought their ideas as well into this conversation and made it what it is. The notion of slowing down, right, this post-pandemic pause, is really to cause people to reflect in a way that we were engaging reflection during the pandemic. There was a way that, and I have to go back to themes that are big in the Black community right now because they have not completely gone away, but that video footage of George Floyd, the video footage of Ahmaud Arbery, the things that we were learning, the social justice issues, the health crisis issues. There was a way that the pandemic caused us to reflect slowly about these things. Wherever you were politically, wherever you were, socially and economically, you had to look. And I don't like how fast the world is opening up again, because we're losing that sense of reflection. And so my hope is that with this exhibit, which is not a Black History Month exhibit, right? This is an exhibit about 8 artists who happen to be artists of the African diaspora, who are in conversation with each other, who are being very, very vulnerable about their individual stories, stories that wind up translating universally. And so if for 2 months, here in the Arnaud Maris Gallery at Westfield State, we can cause a pandemic-style pause where people look and just pause and think about where they are in these stories. If that happens, then this will be an amazing success.